Genesis chapter 2, the creation of man and woman. Verse 4 through verse 23. Verse 4. These are the generations of the heavens and the earth, and they were created in the day that the Lord made the earth and the heavens. Verse 5. When no bush of the field was yet in the land, and no small plant of the field had yet sprung, for the Lord had not caused it to rain on the land, and there was no man to work the ground. Verse 6. And a mist was going up from the land and was watering the whole face of the ground. Verse 7. Then the Lord God formed the man of dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living creature. Verse 8. And the Lord God planted a garden in Eden in the east, and there he put the man whom he had formed. Verse 9. And out of the ground the Lord made to spring up every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life was in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of the good and evil. Verse 10. A river flowed out of Eden to water the garden, and there it divided and became 4 rivers. Verse 11. The name of the first is the Pishon. It is one that flowed around the whole land of the Havilah, where there's gold. Verse 12. And the gold of that land is good. Bdellium and the onyx stone are there. Verse 11. The name of the second river is Gihon. It is the one that flowed from the whole land of Cush. Verse 14. And the name of the third river is the Tigris, which flows east of Assyria, and the fourth is the Euphrates. Verse 15. The Lord God took the man and put him in the garden of Eden to work it and keep it. Verse 16. And the Lord commanded the man, saying, You may surely eat of every tree of the garden. Verse 17. But the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the day that you eat it, you shall eat of it, you shall surely die. Verse 18. Then the Lord God said, It is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helper fit for him. Verse 19. Now out of the ground the Lord had formed every beast of the field and every bird of the heavens, and brought them to the man to see what he would call them. And whatever the man called every living creature, that was its name. Verse 20. The man gave names to all livestock and the birds of the heavens and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a helper fit for him. Verse 21. So the Lord caused a deep sleep to fall into the man. While he slept, he took one of the ribs and closed up its place with flesh. Verse 22. And the rib that the Lord had taken from the man he had made into a woman, he brought her to the man. Verse 23. Then the man said, This at last is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh, and she shall be called woman, because she was taken but of man. Verse 24. Therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and hold fast to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. Verse 25. The man and his wife were both naked and were not ashamed.